working long. It's up goalkeeper to goalkeeper as Marcucci has it. Alluded to it top of the broadcast. He was their cup keeper in this tournament. And when we spoke with Sandro Schwartz a month ago, coming into what was supposed to be this fixture initially, it was just a lot of talk about AJ Marcucci having earned the right to start because he's our cup keeper, because he's gotten to this point. That has shifted now. He started 2 out of the 3 matches for the Red Bulls in Leagues Cup. Coming out of those performances, he started their league match this past weekend over Real Salt Lake. And Sandro Schwartz said he had a really good, tough, but good conversation with Carlos Coronel, who's been their number 1 the last few years. Yes, version of the Open Cup, for those of you unfamiliar. Sandro Schwartz starting in the midfield for SVV and Wiesbaden. Bradley Carnell starting at left back for Karlsruhe SC. Schwartz picks up the 1-0 victory over Bradley Carnell. It turned out to be Bradley Carnell's last ever DFB Pokal appearance. When I shared that with Sandro Schwartz ahead of this game, he was very happy. Maybe that's a good sign for us coming into this game. When I shared it with Bradley Carnell, it was more of a chuckle, and it seemed like maybe revenge.
Revenge on the horizon, exactly. Not only on the field, but off the field, a little bit of a rivalry here as well.
Those two so highly regarded for their work in MLS. Bradley Carnell at the helm of that historic St. Louis side in their inaugural season a couple years back. Sandro Schwartz last year in his first year with the Red Bulls, guiding them to MLS Cup on that magic ride, falling to LA Galaxy in the final.
6 minutes in, we see both of these ball clubs trying to play as quickly to their front line as they possibly can. And in doing that, second ball has become really important, specifically for Philadelphia Union, that want to be really compact in terms of their aggressiveness. Stanley and Lucas going to do a good job at understanding as Baribo and Damiani are going to impose their identity on the initial ball in. Winning those areas centrally will be important for the Union.
Something to keep in mind for the Red Bulls as well. Those of you who track them all season long, they've sort of oscillated between playing 5 at the back and playing 4 at the back. Going with 4 in this one. When they played Philly back in July, it was listed as a 5, though Sandro Schwartz said it did sort of shift into a 4 as the game went on. But they are more married to that 4 at the back now. They've been playing well in it as of late. So a little bit of a new look here versus when these teams last met a month ago. A 2-0 victory for Philly. A lot of eerie deja vu instances surrounding this matchup here. 5 weeks ago, it was supposed to happen in that midweek, and these teams were scheduled to play on the weekend. Here we are 5 weeks later, another weather delay, thankfully not postponed like last time, but another weather delay, and these teams play each other again this weekend at Red Bull Arena. Pardon me, Sports Illustrated Stadium, that's $1 in the jar. Rebo brought down. Officials say play on. Peter Shroud. Sean Nealis. All the way back to Marcucci.
Just such a clear trigger press for the Philadelphia Union. Once this ball does go into Ayla or Nealis, they're going to press and try to force turnovers high up the field.
Carmona going for goal! A stunner! Leaky Carmona opening the scoring for the Red Bulls!
Fantastic recognition here from Wiki Carmona. You played direct and now winning second tools. Higher up the field, so important. Bottom of your screen just has a really good feel of understanding when to be and just puts his body on the line. And I love the aggressive nature. As he takes this touch centrally, no one closes down the space. His preferred left foot and just stings his ball low and hard to this near post. Has Andre Blake at his mercy and gives the Red Bulls a lead early here at Subaru Park.
It almost seemed like Carmona, with that quick glance up, he saw that Blake wasn't set. He looked back to get his bearings as far as where his posts were, and it never seemed like he got his feet set. Great recognition, better finish from Carmona. They are holding kick here. It's a good time to remind you, VAR at this stage of the tournament does exist. The only thing I think they could be checking here is if they believe Carmona might have fouled the defender in the initial build-up. There was some contact there. So it is being looked at. To the naked eye, I don't think you or I saw anything wrong with that, but we await the word from Joshua Encarnacion. And I think the only thing they could be looking at is whether or not Carmona came over the top and possibly fouled Macania as he went for that initial ball.
Initially, there's nothing in this whatsoever. But that reaction from Sandro Schwartz tells you a little bit of disbelief. But just a really good job from Wiki Carmona to win his individual duels. And then it just comes about the feeling, understanding the areas that he can really operate in. Pulls the trigger, and it's a fantastic strike.
I haven't called Encarnacion over to the monitor yet. Still just being discussed in the VAR room. There's a point to the center. Goal is good. So 10 minutes in, Red Bulls 1, Philly nothing. What a start here on the road. All the different storylines from a bigger picture that you can pull into play here for the Red Bulls. Haven't beaten Philly since September of 2019. As a club, Red Bulls have never lifted the trophy in this tournament or MLS Cup. Same could be said for Philadelphia. In MLS, there are 15 teams who have been in the league 15 years or longer. Only 2 of those 15 teams have never lifted either MLS Cup or Open Cup. It's these 2 teams. It's right there in touching distance, 3 games away. All those overarching things here for New York, coming here on the road against a team they've struggled against, a team they haven't beat since Bradley Carnell at the time was an assistant for the Red Bulls 6 years ago. Stunning goal early. Can they preserve it against this high-octane Philadelphia attack? Wagner lost it to Carmona. Red Bulls have been on a bit of an upswing in form as well now coming into this. It was a struggle limping into Leagues Cup, a record of 1-4-3 in their stretch of games going into Leagues Cup. But a win, a shootout loss, and a shootout win in Leagues Cup really started getting them on the right path. Free kick on the way here for Philly. And then coming out of Leagues Cup, that dramatic 2-1 victory over Real Salt Lake. Some momentum into this game for Sandro Schwartz's bunch.
The disbelief for the Red Bulls as Nealis comes in. There's contact going both ways. Clever. Damiani at the last second, he goes down and makes the most of this. You just see the disbelief again from the head coach of the Red Bulls, giving Philadelphia Union a really good opportunity just to whip this ball into the mixer and cause a little bit of chaos. But Nealis needs to be really careful when he does step off of his line and how aggressively he does. Because the last thing that you want to have happen is leave a gaping hole within your defensive set for the Red Bulls.